Alright, welcome back to another PvP pet battle video. Today's pet spotlight is going to be on the Hopling, who is a very strong humanoid. Just a tier 2 pet, but a very strong humanoid because he does have a dot. So against a triple undead team like this, he's going to struggle, but it shouldn't be too bad. Most likely my best bet will kind of just to be to not swap too much. Played against this guy and he never swaps. He just kind of spams damage and occasionally heals with Consume Corpse or Hibernate. And so for sure my best bet is going to be to not swap too much because it's just going to give him the advantage. Need to kind of abandon strategy and synergy with his team since he is just triple undead. There's no reason to really kind of rot and then tongue lash because you know, he's undead. He's undead already, and so hopefully I can get high enough hits here that I can get a heal off before he kills me. If I can survive here, that'd be great because I'll be able to heal on his next round, and then basically have this for one hit into. Yes. Okay, that's really good that he had on the low end. So I get my Ancient Blessing with my Crawling Claw here. Alrighty. So I should be able to hit him with a rot and 2 attacks. No, just 1. Gonna go for a Siphon Lion. I'm actually gonna go ahead and bring out the Hopling here. Throw out Tongue Lash, hopefully get a triple. If I can get a triple, I can kill him on the next round. I can kill him anyways. I hope he goes for a Consume Corpse here, because I'm going to kill him. Actually, no, I'm not necessarily going to kill him. Okay, I got a triple, and that's very lucky. Because I needed that to kill him before he's done. I'm not even going to go for his heal, so I'm going to go ahead and interrupt him here before he hits me with another Diseased Bite. And this is looking very good. Here's the synergy of the Death Adder and the Hopling. Is I'm going to go ahead and apply my poison, and that means I can go for a puncture wound right off the bat with my snake. Most likely, it's not going to be very important to have to do that, but it's something I have available. Also, the slight advantage is my Beast Racial will be activated slightly sooner. Because I have Ancient Blessing for 2 more rounds. I'm gonna go ahead and probably blind him right now. He might go for a heal, but that's fine. It would be, yeah, it'd be smarter for him to go for damage, at least until he's blinded. Now it'd be smart for him to go for that heal. Yeah, there's the heal. But I'm gonna have a Beast Racial Puncture Wound available for him as soon as his heal is over. It's going to be 700 damage, and another blind while he has that poison going on him. It looks like he's going to be able to kill my snake, but then the advantage I have with the Hopling is he's actually a really strong undead counter because he does have Tongue Lash, and then for their undead round, he's going to have the backflip available to interrupt them. Looks like he passed a turn there or something, I'm not sure. Because I think he should have killed my snake the turn before, but it's fine. So that's that team. Has a little bit of synergy with Rot and Tongue Lash, and then obviously the poison from the humanoids. What makes him kind of a special humanoid is he can throw out a poison and then switch to the backline and heal with his humanoid racial under that for those 5 turns. Probably try this team next. Should be pretty fun. Uses the Clockwork Gnome and Stormwing, who actually still need a name, I just realized. But this is a very strong combo because you do have lightning, Call Lightning. You have the turret, and that mechanical damage under Call Lightning is buffed by I think 25% in addition to dealing those extra ticks every single time it attacks. Call Lightning is sorry. Call Lightning is going to be most likely your best weather effect with the Hopling. The unfortunate thing about him is he doesn't synergize with every single weather very well. He does synergize pretty well, I guess, with Sunlight, but not great, just because that will buff his heal. I would recommend Moonlight over Sunlight because there's other pets that do better under Sunlight. He doesn't do well under Sandstorm because he has a poison, and that poison just straight up doesn't do damage under Sandstorm, or does very little. He has Tongue Lash too, so that's terrible under Sandstorm. And his little interrupt isn't very much damage, so it does even less under Sandstorm. And if you use this other build, which I did for this one team, that's also not going to work very well for under Sandstorm, because your Dreadful Breath, there it is, your Dreadful Breath is split damage, and so if there's multiple targets, it's getting reduced for every single enemy that you still have remaining. And then Tongue Lash is just, yeah, really weak under Sandstorm. A couple other weather effects that don't work so well with him. Cleansing Rain doesn't work very well because it is going to remove that one tick from your dot. And there's one other that I'm trying to think of off the top of my head, but this is going to be a pretty strong combo. I imagine it'll do pretty well. Don't want to start out with my gnome because he might throw out that Frost Nova on me. I'm just going to throw out a Thunderbolt first. Just kind of get some spread pressure going before, because if he's going to try to use dots. Okay, so he's not using dots or anything yet, so I'm going to go ahead and throw out my Call Lightning. And he rooted me, which makes me sad. But at least he didn't root my my Clockwork gnome. So now I'm just going to do some damage. Oh, that's kind of making it hard to see. There we go. I am still faster than him because he's such a slow undead, so Quills might have been better here. But Alpha Strike is the for sure damage, whereas Quills is kind of RNG. You might get that third hit or you might not. So I kind of prefer that. I'm going to go for this actually instead, just to get the interrupt on him. And now I'm going to swap into the Clockwork Gnome. I only have 2 rounds of Lightning Storm, and only 1 for his team, so I'm not really playing my team all that well, but it really came down to I got rooted, and there wasn't much I could do about that. He's going to bring out his Infested Bear Cub, which I'm happy to see. This guy plays a little bit one-dimensionally sometimes, where he'll kind of just follow the same pattern, and that makes it a little less fun to play against. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Blitz since I am faster than him. I might be able to take him out. I only got a double, so it would have been better to go for a Railgun there. Odds are I should get a triple hit here since I got a double last. Nice. He's going to go for that heal, which is pretty good strategy since he does have a small dot going. But not a great strategy, actually. If I get a triple hit, do I kill him? Not quite. And I didn't get a triple hit anyways. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for a build turret. Assume I'm not going to kill him here. I'm not going to bother with swapping. It's really not an advantage versus this guy. Two should definitely kill him, but he's almost certainly gonna... Oh no, it didn't kill him. I forgot how weak the Clockwork Gnome is. He has literally less than 260 health. I mean, attack power. Turret did take him out, but he took out me, so... Best thing to do here is to just interrupt his undead round, and then the 1v1 with the Infected Fawn most likely still goes to him, even though he does have the strong matchup. Even though I do have the strong damage, just because he has nothing but strong damage, and he has a big heal, so... If I can get all triple hits, I might be able to survive here. because he should go for his heal here. There's the heal. But now he's just going to be doing damage. I don't have a turret doing work for me anymore. And there's a triple that's really good. If I get another triple, I actually can pull off the win here. But I need a triple. Oh, I got it. Okay. So he has one more tick of Siphon Life plus a hard-hitting Disease Bite. But it's not going to be enough. The backflip's going to come out to interrupt his undead round. And yeah, Hopling just 1v1'd an undead with undead damage. And a consumed corpse. So he's a very strong pet. He was recommended to be by awesome viewer Michael Leo. So that's where the name came from. For this next team, I'll probably try out this team using Nathan the Turkey. Check out my last video to see why he got that name. Alright, so we're going up against a Blighthawk, Son of Scum. Landra's Little XT definitely looks like a very hardcore AoE team to me. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think my best bet is going to be to go ahead start with my turkey since I am faster than all three of his pets. I can get out a food coma. That'll allow me to set up. Most likely he's not going to stay in during the food coma, so I'd expect him to swap into probably the mechanical. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, bring in my purple puffer just like normal in case he doesn't swap. He's going to stay in, which means I have time to set up my pump. And I don't have the best matchup against him, unfortunately. I'm going to assume he has liftoff. He's going to use it now. Even if he uses it now, it's a 50-50 chance. I won the coin toss. And he has Cyclone, so I'm fine. Okay. I was kind of, yeah, I was figuring he might because he has these two strong AoE pets. Now I'm pretty sure he has, yeah, the undead attack, so he's just going to swap. Okie dokie. It's going to be a pretty good matchup for me to just kind of stay in here and just kind of spam pump into him. Because the more swapping I do, the worse. Since he is an AoE team, I don't want to swap around. I just kind of want to tunnel vision all of his pets as much as possible. He's probably going to stay in since he has Stone Skin, so I should be able to hit him with a pump and kill him here. Alrighty, so he's gone. That guy has a bit of attack power for health. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and throw up my heal. Hasn't done very much AoE damage to me. There's a consumed corpse. So I'm glad I didn't just try to go for damage. It's good for me to try to outlive his AoE damage. I expect he'll swap into the mechanical here. I don't even think he's going to bother with, you know, trying to hit me with an infected claw. So on that assumption, I am going to go ahead, bring in my turkey, and then try to sleep his mechanical, who, yeah, there's the mechanical. Just kind of seeing that coming. So I'm going to be able to sleep him here. I feel like he's going to stay in. I don't think he's going to swap into his Blighthawk. He wants to kill his mechanical so that his Blighthawk can heal. So, let's see. Here, I probably want to bring in the Hopling. I have the strong elemental dot for his little XT. And that'll be very good on my side. And then I'll probably stay in. I don't want to... Oh, it's kind of rough. No, I'm just going to stay in. Try to do as much damage as I can to him. Oh, that dot is going to activate his Heartbroken, so hopefully I can kill him here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and interrupt him here. If I get a triple hit here, I will actually kill him before he can get out that AoE. No, he does get one round of AoE out, and that hits hard. But it's okay. He only got one round out. He has his Blighthawk now. I'm going to be able to get a poison up on him, but my backline pets are very low, and it is a 50-50 chance. Unfortunately, with the purple puffer, he's getting a Cyclone out, and it doesn't hit my purple puffer, so I should be smooth sailing here. Kind of expect to see a heal on this next round, or else he's within kill range for sure. Yeah, that was well played. Gonna want to go ahead and just kind of interrupt him, get some cheap damage with a dot on him is my only real option. And no, I hit my purple puffer. That's not good. My turkey has a very high chance of dying to cyclones here. Yeah, there's the strong damage. But I will be able to kill him here. Okay. Man, my turkey's just so low. Does he get hit by the... Oh man, 122. Okay, so as long as my purple puffer doesn't get crit by a cyclone, I should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. My humanoid ratio will heal me because of the dot. And it did hit my humanoid. It hit my turkey, and it didn't hit my purple puffer. So very close game there against that AoE team. I didn't have the best matchup, but let's see. This team should be a lot of fun. It's actually a surprise team, so when you see the Fragment of Anger, you expect AoE and as possible stun. I'm actually running the other two abilities because they do synergize fairly well, similar to how the Cursed Berman can use Spirit Spikes in Prowl. You can use your Spirit Spikes in Enrage, and if you use Enrage, I believe they're using like a multi-turn attack, it will actually go through because you're taking 50% extra damage. So it should go through the Spirit Spikes, and all of those reflects will just hit for an obnoxious amount because, let's see, Spirit Spikes. The Fragment of Anger has a high attack power, so 309 magic damage, plus 100% of that. So it's like every reflect with Spirit Spikes up is going to be over 600 damage, which is crazy. That's the equivalent to 2 high-hitting basic attacks. Or just medium. Yeah, it's equivalent to 2 basic attacks every time they attack. And you're taking 50% extra damage, so I actually don't know about that, but I think things like Flurry will go through your Spirit Spikes and just do a small amount of damage to you, since obviously most of it is absorbed, but it should do reflect damage as well. You're going to see another Cyclone, I'm sure, from the Sprite Darter hatchling. He's going to swap out from that Undead. Use the Sun to Scum and Little XT still. I don't have a sleep opener, unfortunately, so I have to play a little smarter this time. Kind of expect to just see a Cyclone and then a swap. He might not even have Cyclone. I mean, that's not the best build with the Sprite Darter hatchling. I'm going to go ahead and just start with a Hopling here. Kind of throw out a dot and yeah, see what he does. I'll hit him with the backflip for the strong damage first, and then I'll throw out a dot. It's just kind of good to use your backflip on cooldown if they don't have any sort of a way to avoid it, because you're just getting that cheap damage in. He is going to run Cyclone, doesn't have a way to buff the hit chance, fortunately. But at this point, I'm just going to peace out. Let me see. All these pets are really slow, so my Fragment of Anger is already faster than these two pets, and I don't expect him to stay in on his Sprite Darter hatchling. Be very surprised if he does. Yeah. And I have a strong matchup against this guy, so I'm expecting... Let's see. I'm expecting you to go into his Heartbroken. I'm going to go ahead and use my Enrage. I'm going to go for my Spirit Spikes here. And here's what's cool. That reflect damage doesn't count as actual damage. So it didn't actually... it did the 50% extra damage to him, and he doesn't get his 100 extra damage buff. So he's stuck into doing damage, so he should activate my Spirit Spikes here. Oh, no, he didn't. That's okay. I mean, not taking damage is also great with Spirit Spikes. I'm going to kill him on the next round because I do have that strong elemental damage versus mechanical. Alrighty. And so his little XD's going down here. Fragment of Anger is doing awesome work. I expect to see a Stone Skin, so I'm just going to go for an Enrage here into his Spirit Spikes. What would be awesome is if, let me see, 175. Oh my goodness, if he hits me with a feral strike, he's just going to basically one-shot himself into my spirit spikes. That would be so great. Yeah, that just did like half of his health and damage. Now, it does look like he's going to survive here. Like he's going to take me out, because he does hit very hard. But I'm going to take him out as well. And then Sprite Darter Hatchling, and I have a humanoid who's faster. It should be very, very easy to take him out here. He might swap. I don't think it's really worth it for him, because all my pets are faster than him, so yeah. It's better to sacrifice himself. Going to go ahead and bring in the Hopling. If he tries to go for any funny life exchanges or anything, I'm just going to interrupt him here, and then he'll be close enough to a Tongue Lash to just die in 2 rounds. Yeah. So that's a very strong team, especially if they are going to be hitting you with your Spirit Spikes up, which they have to once they're locked into kind of their AoE. And then this is going to be a very strong AoE team with the Hopling. It is the Clone Dance. And it's using a different build from the other Hoplings, because you are using your Root, your Dreadful Breath, and then your Tongue Lash is still very nice, because that's what's nice about them, is if you are stuck in a 1v1 with an undead, you still have a fighting chance, because you have that strong critter damage versus them. And normally you have a good matchup because you have your Interrupt, but here the idea is you're actually abandoning your Interrupt and you're going for just raw AoE damage, which does extra damage under Cleansing Rain, and it's pretty cool. The Root's very situationally helpful to have on your team, and then Clone Dance is just tier 1. It's really, really, really strong. So any pet that synergizes well with a Clone Dance team is you can just kind of throw it in there and expect at least 50% win rate. Very, very strong combo. Using Cyclone and then Rain Dance just as an insane amount of AoE damage. In addition to, the Jade Mist Dancer is very, very strong 1v1 with a Tarot Claw, or even not even 1v1, but he can also dish out AoE aquatic damage, which is crazy good, because what they like to do, a smart Tarot Claw player is just going to kind of do some damage, then throw up their dodge, so you can't hit them, they're faster, throw up their heal, and then swap to the back line where you can't hit them unless you have AoE. And if you have AoE, you can just hit them while they can't hit you. It's great. Basically, it's all about keeping them below their ratio. Alright, so we're going to be matched up against a very strong AoE team, but I think I have a stronger one. We're just going to go Hamsy, honestly. Don't think I want to deal with swapping or using my Hopling much. Well, he might be nice to have that dot going. Yeah, I'm actually going to start with a dot, and here's why. Is this guy likes to use his... Oh, crap. I forgot I'm not using a dot. Oh, that's unfortunate. In that case, I am just going to... Oh, what a misplay. In that case, I'm just going to root him instead. That way, at least he can't swap. Then I'm going to swap into my Blighthawk. If he's dumb enough to go for the Ghostly Bite, he's going to stun himself. Yeah, he's not going to do that, but he's he's going to be sitting there. Actually, he might be running Consumed Corpse. I'm pretty sure he runs Ghostly Bite. But if he runs Ghostly Bite, he can't swap out. So... this team would actually do very well against another Clone Dance, because I could root his enemy, and he wouldn't be able to get out his Clone Dance while I would. Excuse me, sorry. Alright, so he's been putting in some work into me, but I'm going to be able to throw out a heal, and my Cyclone's about to start doing a lot of AoE damage to his high health pets in the back line. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for the kill here, rather than chancing it on a crit to kill him, and then I'll throw out the AoE on his undead round. Might lose my Jade Mist Dancer here, but I think that's fine. I shouldn't, actually. I should stay alive, even if he Ghostly Bites me. His undead racial should keep me alive. At least long enough to get out. Ooh, he didn't even go for it. He must be going for a consumed corpse then. Either that or that was a misclick. It's very possible. We had a couple misclicks in the tournament last night. That's really unfortunate because they were pretty game breaking. When it's when the competition is that do I want to swap here? I think I just want to do damage because I'm just so low health that yeah, swap into the back line. If a cyclone hits me, I'm just straight up going to die on the next round. So I'm going to hope the cyclone doesn't hit me, and then I can get out a heal. Ooh, it did hit me, but he healed, so I get on another heal. It's very strong. Gonna go for a crit here. If I can get a crit, I can kill him. No crit. I need a crit on this next round. It's really important. There's a crit. Okay. Thank goodness. So, gonna throw out an acid rain here. I actually can stay alive, but I'm imagining he's just gonna go for the cleave. That would be smarter than trying to go for anything else. Whatever his other third ability is. My pets are so low. Just gonna go for damage here. I'm so low, and I don't have an interrupt, unfortunately, for his XT. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. I think it's a draw. Let me go for the... Let me just go for Dreadful Breath. If I don't die on my humanoid, I actually do win this. But I think I die on this round. Oh, I stayed alive. Oh, thank goodness. And yeah, that Dreadful Breath does enough damage on the Cleansing Rain. Wow, that was such a nail biter. Because like if he crit, he was gonna kill me, and I didn't remember exactly how much damage that second one does to my front line. So I survived with 4 health for the win. Otherwise, it would have been a draw because I would have brought my Blighthawk in to be able to ghostly bite him. But wow, very close game. But my team was better. There was kind of a misplay, I think, to use Sticky Goo. I think I would have had a much easier time getting a win if I had just thrown up my Cyclone, done my strategy, and allowed him to swap, because while he's swapping, I'm just doing AoE damage to him. And Sticky Goo kind of encouraged him to do the right move, which was to just stay in and do damage. Just kind of tunnel vision my pets. But yeah, so that's the Hopling. Thank you very much to Michael Leo for suggesting this pet. I've been meaning to do this spotlight for a long time, but here it is. So he's a great tier 2 pet, very fun to use, and hopefully you'll be seeing more of him in my videos in the future. Glad I got to try him out. He synergizes very well with some things, not so with others. Like I said, not very strong with Sandstorm. Not particularly strong with Cleansing Rain unless you are running this build. Because that Cleansing Rain will remove one of his dot ticks. Obviously, Darkness is another one that's really not going to synergize well with him. So he doesn't pair very well with some of the most common tier 1 pets. But he does pair very well with some of the lesser used tier 2 pets, which just makes him super fun. Because here's the problem with, say, the Orphaned Fellbat, is he's really strong. Really obnoxiously strong if you pair him with, say, a Haunt user or a Tarot Claw or a Blossoming Ancient, just one of those obnoxiously super OP pets. He's really, really, really strong. But he's not that strong with your kind of average Joe, Clockwork Gnome. He's okay with a Clockwork Gnome. But, you'll do better with just kind of inflating his Drained Blood Heal with a Sunny Day, or inflating a Haunt. He's just better that way than trying to have to set up with your Clockwork Gnome, then manually swap into him, and But with the Hopling, he doesn't necessarily synergize as well with the top tier pets, but he's a lot of fun to use with some of the lesser used pets. Fragment of Anger is not so common anymore, especially with this kind of build. You'll never see that, and it's a lot of fun. Death Eater Hatchling, you don't see too many of those ever since Mop. And he synergizes very well since there's a poison synergy with Puncture Wound. and just a lot of, you know, lesser used pets that you can really have a lot of fun with. So I'm looking forward to trying him out in my meta, seeing how he does. Probably not going to do too well against, say, a Tarot Claw, you know, Fiendish Imp, Wicked Soul team. But this team right here might actually have a small chance, and maybe this team could do okay. This team could catch him by surprise. This team could have a fighting chance if you catch your opponent by surprise, and they're expecting, oh yeah, just AoE, you know, and then suddenly you have an enraged Spirit Spikes and they hit you and they're just almost dead. Then you have a Seethe to finish them off. But well played, you know, Legion Meta team. Legion Meta is this one right here. A well played Legion Meta team should never lose to a Hopling unless like some crazy crits go the Hopling's way or something. But anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video.